Hi, welcome. I wish you a good morning. And my name is Faiz, and I am going to be your speaking examiner for today's test. What's your full name?
Abhiram Chaudhary Kovalmudi.
Could you help me spell it?
ABHIRAM CHOWDARY KOVEELAMUDI.
And how do you like to be called?
Abhi.
Abhi. Abhi, like I said, my name is Faiz, and I am going to be your speaking examiner for today's test. Have you ever taken the test before?
No.
No? This is the first time taking the test. And do you understand the format of the test?
Yeah.
Or do you like me to give you instructions?
Instructions.
Abhiram, the IELTS speaking test is divided into 3 parts. In the first part of the test, you'll be asked very simple basic questions about yourself, maybe about 4 to 6 questions. In the second part of the test, which is also known as the cue card test, what basically happens in the cue card round is you'll be handed over a piece of paper, which is known as the cue card. That piece of paper would have questions mentioned on it, maybe about 4 to 5 questions. You'd have to speak for 2 minutes answering all the questions mentioned on it, and you will be given 1 minute's time to prepare notes. All right? Moving on to the third part after that, where you would be asked more questions from the broader subject of the cue card. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Yes? Let's begin the test.
Sure.
Good luck, Abhi. And in the first part of the test, I'd like to ask you a few questions about yourself.
Sure.
What do you do, Abhiram?
I'm a student currently studying in 11th grade.
Sure. Elaborate.
So I study at Resonance Global Campus in Madhapur. I'm studying to go abroad after my 12th grade.
Fair enough. Which one's your favorite subject?
Maths. I really love maths. The problem-solving aspect of it really gets me hooked up.
All right. Fair enough. And who's your favorite teacher?
My favorite teacher is Teju sir. He teaches SAT, not SAT, not the maths class. But he's really fun. He's easy to get around and he's really helpful for us.
Fine. Do you have a lot of friends in college?
Yeah. I have almost all of our classes really good friends with me. But I have a 6-member gang. We really like to hang out a lot. It includes Nitish, Vishesh, Yojit. And then, wait, how did I forget my friends' names? Nitish, Vishesh, Yojit, Tanish, and then Pranav.
All right. And who happens to be your best friend?
Yojit.
Why do you like him?
Yojit is really fun. He helps you around a lot with everything. Whatever the problem, he will not let you be so afraid of anything. He'll just be there. He'll do anything.
Fair enough. I'm going to ask you a few questions about music, Abhi. Do you like music?
A lot.
What kind of music do you listen to?
I listen to mostly rock and hip-hop music.
All right. And who's your favorite artist?
My favorite artist would be Skillet. It's a band.
And what music is popular in your country?
In our country, it's mostly just classical music, and along with that, there are a few filmy songs. Those don't come under any particular genre. It varies from emotional to active to passive in a lot of different genres. But I would say there is particular songs called item songs, which are they have really upbeat music and sometimes a little vulgar lyrics. But then they're really fun to groove to, especially when you're hanging out with friends.
Fair enough. And Abhi, do you play any instrument?
No. I tried playing guitar, but then I wasn't very successful at that.
Right. Thank you so much, Abhi. This brings us to the end of the first part of the test. We shall now move on to the second part of the test, where I'm going to give you a cue card. And this is your cue card. A pen if you don't have one to make your notes. Remember, I'm going to give you 1 minute's time to prepare notes, and once your minute's up, and I'll let you know. Right? Go ahead, you may begin.
1 minute later.
Right, Abhi, your minute's up. I want you to please stop writing and go ahead. You may begin to speak now.
So basically, a few years back when I was in 3rd grade, me and my father went to watch a movie. When we went there, it was around 8:30 p.m. And then we came out of the theater around 11:30 p.m. We thought we would get some food at KFC. So we came out of the movie, we got down. My father went to get the food, I went along with him. So my father was wearing a black color shirt. And then I saw another person with a similar aspects to my father wearing the same shirt. I just went along with him. And then after going for a long time, I realized that wasn't my father. It took me around 30 minutes to realize I had messed up. I wasn't with the same person whom I came with. So I started panicking. It was late. It was 11:30 in the night, and I was really scared. I was really small too, so I was just screaming everywhere. I was running everywhere. I didn't know where my father was. I went back to the food court. He wasn't there. I thought my father would be searching for me, but I guess he went to a different level. So I was just running here and there. I was really scared, and then I went to many people to ask if they saw a person with a black shirt. That wasn't the right question to ask, but I was small. What can I say? So what I did was I just went around all the levels searching for my father. I wasn't familiar with the mall much, so I didn't know where he could be. I tried asking people again and again and again. They were almost pestered by me. But later, I found this person. He gave me his phone to call my father. I wasn't sure if I remembered his number, but I tried and my luck was good. I could contact my father. So he said he was waiting at the basement thinking I would be there automatically because I know where my car was. I didn't think about that. Again, I was small. So when I went down there, again I went to a different parking level. So I was confused again if I had to go up or down, and I was rotating around the mall here and there, just not understanding what to do. And then finally my father found me in the same level. I was happy he found me, and then once we got into the car, it was just non-stop. I was ranting about how I got lost and how I couldn't find them. My father said, "Fine, you're here." I couldn't stop crying until I reached home. My mother consoled me, and I was really happy that I found my way back.
Fair enough. Thank you so much. This brings us to the end of the second part of the test. We shall now move on to the third part of the test, where I'm going to ask you more questions about maps. Do you think it is important to learn how to use maps?
Definitely. Though we have a lot of technology right now to guide us through the daily routes of it, learning maps is important when you go to remote areas, because not everywhere you can just pull up Google Maps and search where you're going. Also, learning maps would help you understand how a country's layout or your entire Earth's layout. You'll understand how places work, how the routes are. Suppose you're looking for a train's routes, you'll know which train takes you where, and then when you need to take a train on a really busy day, you won't get lost.
Fair enough. Do you think children should be taught how to use map at an early age?
Yeah. Earlier we were discussing about how I got lost, and I mentioned the fact that I didn't know the layout of the mall. So if I did read that some time ago, before that, I would understand where what is, and it wouldn't be such a burden for me to search just everywhere. And then I could understand more. Children in general, they tend to get lost because they're really active, they run around everywhere. So knowing their way back is really important, and learning maps can help you get there.
Fair enough. I mean, how did people navigate, let's say, 50 years ago?
They just went through routes and sketched them out, I think at least. So as they explored more and more of the remote areas of the earth, they sketched it down on a piece of paper maybe, and then they mass produced it so that it comes to everyone's awareness.
Fair enough. Thank you so much, Avi. That was the last question. This brings us to the end of the test. You've done really good.